distinguished guests, members of the Australian Women United Associations, friends and supports, good evening. It's my great honor to welcome all to the 9th annual charity gala of the Australian Women United Association. This evening's gala is proudly sponsored by Yimpression, a partner of the 2024 Cannes Film Festival. Australian Women United Association is a non-profit organization established in 2015. We have primarily hosted member-only events. However, for the first time, this year's gala is open to the public. We certainly appreciate the presence and support of all your compassionate guests and sponsors. For the first time, gentlemen are gracing the dancing floor. Embodiment of tonight's ceremony reflect in the pink and blue colors of Doltone House. In the service of the year, the gala is wisdom, resilience, health, and happiness. Those four values for the call for tonight celebrate and respect the principle we have always upheld. This year, we are focused on urgent and compassionate issues, private assistance to women and children affected by domestic violence. The funds raised tonight will be used and to deliver clerical resources, safe shelters, and initial service to those in need, empowering them to rebuild their living with dignity and hope. Domestic violence is a price challenge in every community. Addressing it requires wisdom to develop sustainable solutions, readiness to overcome challenges, health and to heal from the trauma and happiness as the ultimate goal for every family and individual. We firmly believe that through connection, in fact, we can bring about change and provide hope to those who need help. I would like to express my deeply gratitude to all sponsors, partners, and volunteers. Your unwavering dedication has made tonight possible. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to our media friends who for their community support and attention to our work. A special thanks to our little title sponsor, Yimpression, for traveling from Hong Kong and private over Australia 100,000 worth of women health and literacy gift packs for our 200 attendants. Guests. I also thank our platinum sponsor, Golden 10 Exchange, our golden sponsor, Samsung Smart, and Gloria Electric Jewelry for their gorgeous support. To all corporations and individuals' donations, your kindness and assurance that tonight's raffle prize winning rate exceeds 80%. While taking home to the meaningful gifts to celebrate the new year. I'm also deeply grateful to the owner, Peter Doltone MP, leader of the opposition, for his congratulatory message, and to our distinguished speakers, Marco MP, Dr. Helen Xiangho, OAM, Honorary Chairman of the Australian Women United Association, and the former New South Wales Upper House member for New South Wales, MP John Satoti, Federal Liberal candidate for Parliament Scott Young, and Dr. Esther Perry OAM, Manager of Women Equity Rights and Policy and Civil Service International. A special acknowledgement goes to Mr. Shu Fang, CEO of Glory Broadway, for his decoration to and for sharing the touch stories behind the unique songs like Xiao Fang and Later Home. To all the performers tonight, your talent and voice have emphasized the importance of the cause. This to every guest here tonight, your gorgeous and support and are invaluable to this mission. We are joining the events festivals. Let us also reflect on the power of cooperation. Every contribution you made tonight will proudly impact the lives of women and children seeking safe and fasting start. Thank you for working the journey with us. Together, we are transform wisdom, resilience, and health and happiness from a mission into a real accessible to all. Charity is an unending mission that requires connection, strength of many, and love heart to help each other. And the saying goes, you cannot save people, you can only love them. Let us strive to be a little sons, receive warm and caring a burn of light to emulate others. If everyone becomes a lamp or a light, that will be filled in boundless love and warmth. I wish you all an evening filled in inspiration, joy, and meaning. Wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. 现在我用我们母国的语言中文再跟大家表示一下我对大家的感谢和欢迎。尊敬的各位嘉宾，澳大利亚妇女联合会的会员们、朋友们和支持者们，大家晚上好。我非常荣幸在此欢迎出席澳大利亚妇女联合会第9届年会慈善晚宴。晚宴是由2024戛纳电影节合作方英贝森冠名赞助。澳大利亚妇女联合会是非营利慈善机构，从2015年成立以来，一直都是以会员制内部活动。今晚晚宴，澳大利亚妇女会第一次对外开放，感谢各界爱心人士的出席和赞助。我们的晚宴的舞池当中，今天将出现男士的身影，这也是我们选择 Doltone House 会场晚宴主题粉色和蓝色的意义所在。今年我们的主题是睿智、坚韧、健康、幸福，这是今晚的核心理念，也代表了我们一直以来努力践行的价值观。今年我们的焦点放在一个极其紧迫且充满关怀的议题上，为遭受家暴的妇女和儿童提供援助。今晚筹集的善款将用于为这些需要帮助的人提供重要资源、安全庇护所和基本服务，帮助他们重建尊严和希望的生活。家庭暴力是影响每一个社区的重要挑战问题，而应对这一问题，需要以睿智制定的可持续的解决方案，以坚韧克服困难，以健康治愈创伤，以幸福作为每一个家庭和个体的最终目标。我们坚信，通过共同的努力，我们有能力改变现状，为那些最需要帮助的人带来希望的曙光。在此，我想向我们的赞助商、合作伙伴以及志愿者们致以最诚挚的感谢。正是因为你们的不懈努力，才使得今晚成为可能。感谢各大媒体朋友们对我们长期以来的关注和支持，谢谢。感谢晚宴冠名赞助商英贝森，携众明星网红从香港空降悉尼，提供价值超过10万澳元澳币的200份女性健康营养伴手礼。感谢白金赞助商建德汇兑和黄金赞助商三汇智能、Gloria 高端珠宝的大力支持。感谢所有企业个人的爱心捐赠。今晚丰厚的礼品，中奖率超过80%，晚宴拍卖品更会让你快乐献爱心的同时，收获最美的新年礼物。感谢澳洲影子党领袖 Peter Doltone MP 发来祝贺信。感谢我们的演讲嘉宾，新州议员 Marco MP， 新州上议员，澳大利亚妇女联合会荣誉主席何沈回霞 OAM。感谢新州前议员 John Stotty。 联邦自由党 Pyrmont 选区候选人 Scott Young， 澳洲国际安居服务 SSI 女性公平权益研究政策主管 Dr. Astrid Penny OAM。感谢特邀嘉宾 Gloria 哥老会总裁、热衷公益事业的苏芳老师出席今晚的晚宴，并给大家带来了精彩的演出。让我们听一下耳熟能详的小芳一封家书背后的故事。感谢晚宴的表演者，你们用才华和声音放大了这个重要的主题，而在座的每一位嘉宾更是以你们的慷慨和支持，成为这项事业不可或缺的一部分。在享受今晚的同时，让我们一起思考合作的力量。在你们的每一份贡献，都将彻底改变那些寻求安全和新生活的妇女儿童的命运。感谢各位与我们同行，让我们一起将睿智、坚韧、健康、幸福从美好愿景变为所有人都能触及的现实。慈善事业有始无终，需要合众人之力，用大爱之心帮助别人。You cannot save people, you can only love them。让自己成为一个小太阳，被温暖着，然后怀揣着一束光，再去温暖别人。如果人人都是一盏灯、一束光，那将是一个无比深情的世界。祝大家度过一个充满启发、喜悦和意义的美好夜晚。祝大家圣诞新年快乐！谢谢大家。
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour to be here today. My name is Mark Curate. I'm a Member of Parliament in the New South Wales Parliament. Can everyone hear me? Yes? One person.
请大家安静一下好吗？
It is a great honour to be here today supporting the Australian Women's United Association charity gala event. And I want to firstly acknowledge my very good friend Nancy Wang, who I have to admit I've known for a very long time. Where is Nancy actually? Nancy, that deserves a round of applause. Stand up everyone. Let's give Nancy a wonderful round of applause. Good to see Frank as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful to be here today supporting not just this marvellous organisation, but of course everyone here tonight. And of course money tonight is going to a wonderful cause, domestic violence. And organisations such as this play a huge part in ensuring that much needed funding goes towards this very important cause. I want to thank, of course, Nancy and her marvellous team and the contributions that they are doing, not just putting on tonight's event, but many of events that I have been to over the many, many years. I want to thank, of course, the Australian United Women's Association for yet again another very important gala night tonight. Thank you to Nancy. Dig deep tonight. Tonight, as I mentioned before, money is going to a very important cause, and that's of course reducing the rates of domestic violence, ensuring that there are appropriate resources and programs properly funded. So a big thank you to everyone. I should also acknowledge, you just walked past actually, a very good friend of mine, Scott York, who is the Liberal candidate for Bennelong. Stand up, Scott. Stand up, Scott. Scott has an election in probably 3 months' time. He is the Liberal candidate for Bennelong, and he will be a great supporter of each and every one of you in this room as a member of the Federal Parliament. So, Scott, wishing you all the very, very best for the next election next year sometime. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me.
Who I am. As you know, my Chinese is not good enough, not even as good as Scott Young. So I congratulate Scott for being able to speak Mandarin, which I can't do. So here I am, distinguished guests. Before I even go on there, I have to address our host. You all know her very well, Nancy Wong, the president of the association. Of course, I had to address my former colleague. In fact, it's more important that he was a former minister for our state in multiculturalism, which is very important. Give him a round of applause because he did a good job while I was in office. Well, he'll be speaking after me. And other sponsors is very important. Without the sponsors, I think half the thing we have here doesn't exist because they actually donated many things for us to use to enjoy tonight. So thank you for the sponsors. Of course, without you all here, we won't be here at all because you are the people who make up tonight's joy and happiness. So this is what I wish you all. Much has been said just now. I won't repeat what Scott has said and what Nancy has said, and of course what our guest of honor, Dr. Perry has said, because we all know that. Maybe I'll let you in a personal secret. Many of you didn't know. I'm a very person who is a victim of domestic violence, so I understand it very well. But back 45 years ago, that portfolio doesn't exist. When I reported to the police say in the old days, domestic violence is actually domestic squabble, so go home. That's what the attitude was. But then God, that the attitude changed because of the Domestic Violence Association and all the people supporting the association. So I want to thank Nancy and you all for supporting the charity tonight because I think it's worthwhile, particularly for our women. Because after all, you have to admit, we are the weakest sex. Physically, that's all. We have equal opportunity because I'm your very first Chinese member of parliament who is a woman. There you are. Okay, I won't get on and on. I think this is some interesting little secret and little information that you'll enjoy. So without going for ever and ever, which I can talk for an hour, I think my record is almost 2 hours. I won't bore you with it. I only want you, everyone here, well, of course, we also want to thank, very important, I want to mention one thing, that we are the year of the dragon. I think this is very important that we have to respect and carry on our Chinese tradition. Because this year is a year of the dragon, we all know that. And guess what? I was elected actually in the year of the dragon. So we know now, it was 36 years ago, I was elected as a member. And may I wish Scott Young here, and we all will, wish our candidate for Benelong, which I'm one of his voter, every success in the next federal election. Please give your applause to give him the encouragement. Now, this is the end of it. I'd like to congratulate once more for Nancy and her team for organizing tonight's charity gala. So thank you, Nancy. Thank you for everyone who are here. And have a Merry Christmas and a happy year 2025. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can I start also by acknowledging some of the esteemed guests here tonight. My former colleague, Dr. Helen Shamho, OAM, Dr. Shi, Dr. Perry, OAM, thank you for being here for this occasion tonight. It's very, very important. I understand the Shadow Minister for Multiculturalism will be here a little bit later, the Honourable Mark Coure MP. And of course you've heard from Scott Yung, the Liberal candidate for Benelong. Scott, well done. We wish you all the best in the upcoming election. Why? Not just because it's you, Scott, not just because it's that electorate, but because the Chinese community deserves representation in the federal parliament. And the parliament, like any other workplace, should reflect our community, and you'll make a wonderful member. So good luck and congratulations in advance. And of course my good friend who's also here, former Mayor of Canada Bay Council, Tony Fasanella. Welcome, Tony. Distinguished guests, welcome all. to the 9th annual charity gala. It should reflect our community and you'll make a wonderful member. So good luck and congratulations in advance. And of course my good friend who's also here, former Mayor of Canada Bay Council, Tony Fasanella. Welcome, Tony. Distinguished guests, welcome all to the 9th annual charity gala of the Australian Women's United Association. Can I start by commending Nancy Wang on the work you do in keeping our community united through your charitable work, and your focus in particular this year on an issue that is hugely important, yet often carries with it a very bad stigma to reporting, and that is of course domestic violence. Ladies and gentlemen, domestic violence can take many forms. It can be in the form of behaviour that's violent or threatening or controlling, or indeed to make you or your family feel scared or unsafe. Family and domestic violence isn't always physical. It can happen to anyone. It doesn't discriminate. It often involves coercive control or emotional abuse, behaviour that makes you feel worthless. It could also involve financial abuse by limiting access to a partner of money. It is a hugely complex issue, a problem that is being faced globally. Ladies and gentlemen, if tonight we can help one person, just one person, this event will be a huge success. But I'm sure we'll be doing a lot more than just helping one person. Friends, funds this evening that will be raised will be used to deliver resources such as shelters and essential services to those in need, but more importantly, empowering women and children to rebuild their lives. Tonight, we hope, is the start of a brighter future for many, a future free of domestic violence. And of course, it would not be possible without your association and your committee, Nancy. Thank you to the sponsors for their generosity this evening, because domestic violence is everybody's problem and will need a whole of community approach. So just in conclusion, can I take this opportunity to thank Nancy once again and wish each and every one of you a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a safe and happy New Year. Thank you.
As Federal Liberal candidate for Bennelong, I'm more honoured than ever and more grateful than ever to be representing you as a young Chinese Australian with my mother from Shanghai and my father from Hong Kong. Can I just say, Nancy is an incredible person. Can we give her a round of applause? She has come here, like many of us, from migrant backgrounds. She set up her business. She promoted her daughter through education, and I know that she's studying now in Canberra in international relations with an interest in politics. And 9 years ago, she started the Australian Women's United Association, and contributing so much to the Australian community. And this represents, ladies and gentlemen, this represents the best of Australia. Many of us have come here, like my mum, like my dad, like all of us here, to seek the promise of Australia. And many of us thought before we came here today, Australia's a pretty good country. Australia's got a great society, a great multiculturalism, a great economy, and very, very good people. You've come to seek the promise of Australia, but ladies and gentlemen, you are today building the promise of Australia. And what's brilliant about tonight is that we're continuing to raise funds for an important cause, because when it comes to domestic violence, most of the times people are quiet. People don't seek to speak out. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not only women that get impacted, it's also children, because a lot of the times when the mum is hurt, the child is also hurt, and often most of the times it's a very, very conflicted environment. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much for those that are here today. I'm very honoured to give a hello and congratulations on behalf of the Honourable Peter Dutton tonight. And can I just say, on behalf of him as well tonight, with the federal election coming up, it's very, very important than ever in our democracy, to make your voice heard. Because Nancy is only one person. We are only one person within ourselves, but together as a community, when we come together as a community, we can truly, like tonight, make our country a better place. Thank you. 女士们、先生们，晚上好。我普通话不是很好，因为我是这里出生的。今天很高兴代表我们的邻邦领袖 Peter Dutton 在这里。我觉得 Nancy 想这么多人今天在我们Doltone House 是非常不容易的，因为 Nancy 过来的时候，我觉得英文也不会说得很好，他也没有开他的声音，不过他今天可以帮我们社会9年，真的是不容易。Can we give Nancy a round of applause？ 我觉得这么多人过来，因为觉得我们澳大利亚是我们地球上最好的国家。其实 ，Thank you。因为我们还没有过来的时候，我们觉得澳大利亚真的很好的环境，很好的人。不过我觉得，为什么今天有这么好的国家，也是因为你们。所以今天我很感谢。我是国家最年轻的邻邦议员候选人在 Benelong。如果有一天我可以代表你们，我会最感恩。谢谢你们 ，Thank you。
My apologies first of all. I don't speak Mandarin nor Cantonese. I'm not sure whether you wanted to interpret or not. No?
I can try. 他说我
Well, why not?
我不会说，不好意思，我不会说广东话，也不会说普通话，但是我可以帮他做同声翻译一下哈。Let's go.
First of all, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, who lived on this country for time immemorial. I acknowledge their elders past and present, and acknowledge that this is Aboriginal land, always was and always will be.
在开始之前，我想把我的这个尊重来去献给我们澳大利亚这块土地的主人，就是澳洲的土著民族我们感恩，我们可以生活在澳大利亚这一块土地上。
It is a pleasure to be here today at this amazing event, end of year gala for your community and for the Australian United Women's Association. It's a great achievement to bring so many people together, but I'm particularly impressed around seeing so many young people and also so many men supporting a women's association. It's wonderful to see.
非常感谢大家今天可以一起来庆祝这个特别的日子，也是快到了新年和圣诞节。那么感谢今天看到了很多的不光是澳洲妇女联合会，还看到了很多男同胞来一起支持妇女的这个事业。
I would also like to acknowledge Nancy and her amazing work. I've been watching it over the years, and it's so important to get her support and your support against domestic and family violence.
我非常感谢的要提到的就是我们的今天的 Nancy 会长，那感谢她一直这么多年以来为我们澳大利亚女性，特别是家庭暴力这一块付出的工作和努力。
So Nancy asked me to talk about our women's leadership program today. It's a specific, unusual women's leadership because we're working with the organizations to improve their approach to supporting women of culturally diverse backgrounds, and then we also support the women on their career journey.
今天 Nancy 特别委托我让我去讲一下女性领导力的主题。那么我们女性领导力呢，现在是主要跟一些企业去合作，去帮助这些企业去增加这种文化多元文化的这种背景下的建立女性领导力。
So the project is called Rise in the sense of rising in your career, but Rise also stands for recognizing your strengths and what you bring to a situation. We want to inspire the women. We want to support them, and most of all, we want to energize them to battle against any discrimination that they might face in the workplace.
那么这个 program 呢，就是叫女性领导力的这个课程呢，主要是叫 Rising。这个 Rising 主要的意思就是你可以去看到你自己的这种天赋啊，那你自己的这种才华啊，也可以去真的去支持到你的事业，在事业上可以发挥你自己的价值。
So I want to share a little bit what we hear from the women. And these women are all in middle management, and many of them are also from Chinese background.
我们来听一下，接下来有几位接受过这样子领导力培训的一些女性，那么她们都是在中层的管理者她们很多都像我们一样来到澳大利亚，为她的这个事业在奋斗。
So we hear that they often feel that they're invisible in meetings or in making suggestions or in promotions, that they are often overlooked or somebody else takes their idea and flies with it. And they also sometimes feel they don't know when at the right moment they should bring forward what they are thinking, and they feel they're interrupting or they're being rude. But in the Australian workplace, you have to be quite assertive to be seen.
那么很多女性在工作当中呢，都感觉自己是一个透明人，就是自己的一些想法、对工作的建议，并没有被认可或者听到。有的好的想法可能会被她的领导会被偷去，那她自己呢就找不到存在感这是一个很常见的问题。
So we work with the women to feel more confident and speak up, and we talk to the companies around what better strategies that they could use to support the women and to make sure that they're heard.
那我们就想要跟这些公司去建立一套系统，让这些女性在工作当中可以感觉到更加的自信，可以表达自己的观点可以给她们更多的关怀。
So we do assertiveness training, we do preparation for promotional interviews, we do strengths profiles so that the women feel very confident in what they're putting forward.
那么我们就跟这些女性去做更多的这种才华的挖掘的这种会议，让她们知道建立她们的自信也给她们做很多的这种预备的工作，特别是这种promotion 之前的这种预备。
So for all women here, I would suggest you stand in your own power. You stand in solidarity with other women of culturally and linguistically diverse background, because you all do experience some forms of discrimination, and you fight racism and discrimination at every corner.
那么我想说的就是这个问题是存在的，所以我们女性要团结一起，然后去抵抗这些歧视、性别歧视，还有就是在职场上被打击的这种现象。
So now I wish you a wonderful night. Enjoy yourself, and onwards and upwards in the next year. Thank you.
那么我最后呢，我想感谢大家，祝大家都可以有一个美好的夜晚，也祝大家明年可以越来越好。感谢大家。
爱是寒冬里的温暖，爱是黑夜里的明灯，爱是风雨中依然能抬头看见的彩虹，爱是支撑希望的根基。生活因爱而灿烂，世界因爱而美好，大爱无疆，与我们同行。尊敬的各位来宾，亲爱的朋友们，大家晚上好。我非常荣幸能够代表建德汇兑公司在这个意义非凡的场合发言。我首先向澳大利亚妇女联合会的每一位同仁辛勤工作表达深深的敬意，同时感谢各位嘉宾，感谢你们的积极参与和支持。 其次，介绍一下建德汇兑公司。这是一所由澳洲移民局认可的持牌汇兑金融公司，在澳大利亚证券和投资委员会有合法注册，由澳大利亚交易报告和分析中心批准的国际汇款业务。我们始终本着德行天下、汇总世界的宗旨，践行着以顾客资金安全为第一，给顾客超值优惠为前提，提供最快捷的便利，满足顾客多样化需求的贴心服务，实现世界各国30多种货币的双向汇款业务。建德汇兑多家门店遍布悉尼的唐人街、华人区、墨尔本、布里斯班、塔斯马尼亚等各个州、各个领地。我们的服务超越国界，超越文化，连接着每一个需要帮助的朋友，无论何时何地，建德汇兑都将与大家一起，用行动表达着大爱无疆、与世界同行的信念。再次感谢澳大利亚妇女联合会牵头为社会做出的卓越贡献，相信这不仅是一个爱的聚会，更是一个新的起点。建德汇兑永远与大家同在，让我们一同见证爱与希望在我们每个人的心中生根发芽、开花结果。最后祝愿第9届澳大利亚妇女联合会慈善晚宴圆满成功，谢谢大家。